And I see Mr. Hess over there, and I'll call on Mr. Hess to make the introductions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us, and I'd like to welcome some of the parents and students from our first grade language sharing class here to your meeting. And language sharing is something I'd like to say something about for a second so you know what it is. Language sharing is what we call our way of delivering our bilingual education. Its formal name is transitional bilingual education, and it's very much in the news today. You see about it in the newspaper, and the legislature is going to have several things to consider about bilingual education. And part of the concern about bilingual education, there's really two of them. One is cost, okay? And the other is determining what the best model is to deliver services to our non-English speakers and to help them to read and write, with the ultimate goal to have them read and write in English on a par with their English-speaking peers. Now, this best model will be debated long after the legislature decides what it's going to do this time around, and we will hear from that again, I'm sure. But I want you to know that here in Marlborough, 4 years ago, we changed the way that we provide service to our limited English-speaking students, at the elementary level. The change has saved the city many thousands of dollars and has provided a better educational opportunity for all of our students. In the past, our English-speaking students were assigned to homerooms. And then for a major portion of the day, the students were pulled out for special help by a bilingual educator, and this required additional personnel. Okay, the model that we use now treats it much differently. Now, the bilingual teacher that we have has a homeroom. Okay, and we have 6 first-grade homerooms, and one of the teachers is bilingual. If all the teachers spoke only English, we would still need 6 homeroom teachers. So we have not added a certified teacher. We still have the same number of teachers we would need if they were all teaching English. And this is true for all the grades at Richer School. Okay, they all have a homeroom, and it does not require an extra teacher. Now, the language sharing model for the first grade works in this way. The bilingual teacher is paired with an English-speaking teacher. And their homerooms are set up so they're approximately 50% dominant English-speaking and 50% dominant Spanish-speaking. They do their opening exercises together. They alternate rooms, and they alternate the language used to sing the songs and recite the poems and the social interchange that they use to set the tone for the day. And they have, in these mixed dominant language homerooms, they have music, physical education, art classes all taught in English. They have their lunch tables are together. And both homerooms, the mixed dominant language rooms, they teach science in English to the mixed dominant language group. And they each teach social studies in Spanish to the mixed dominant language group. So you have people working in both languages. Now, during the major language arts block in math, the students in the pair of classes switch. Okay, so that they receive instruction in their dominant language. Now, at all grade levels, as Spanish-speaking students demonstrate a greater strength in English, they can spend an increasing amount of time on the English side during the language arts block, and also the bilingual teacher can use a greater percentage of English in her lessons. Now, this pairing of classrooms allows for a gradual transition to English during the school year rather than a big change at the end of the year or a big change as they transition out of the program. So it really puts the transition into the transitional bilingual education the way we're doing it. Our language sharing model has taken a situation where we had a need to provide a service, and we've turned it into an asset for a two-way sharing of language and culture. So it has really been a benefit to all the students. Now, tonight some of our first grade language share students will share with you some of the activities that they experience with each other on a daily basis. And I'm going to turn this over now to Mrs. Leonard and Mrs. Giard, if you want to have them come in, please.
As Mr. has stated, one aspect of our language share program is the 10 to 15 minutes daily that the classes of Mrs. Learned and I meet together. During these 10 to 15 minutes, we work on poems in both English and Spanish. This is a great way not only for the children to experience a little bit of another culture, but also a great way for them to practice their vocabulary in the target language. Some of these songs are a fun way and a creative way for them to learn such target vocabulary in their second language, such as colors, counting, and parts of the body. We've just chosen a few of the songs that we've been working on through the beginning of the year as a sampling to show you, and we hope that you enjoy.
The first song that we are going to do for you is a familiar tune called the Itsy Bitsy Spider, and we're going to do it in English and then in Spanish.
The itsy bitsy spider crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider crawled up the spout again. La araña pequeñita subió, subió, subió. Vino la lluvia y se la llevó. Salió el sol y todo lo secó. Y la araña pequeñita subió, subió, subió. La araña grandotota subió, subió, subió. Vino la lluvia y se la llevó. Salió el sol y todo lo secó. Y la araña grandotota subió, subió, subió.
Our second song is a familiar favorite, especially for elementary children. It's one of the very first songs that we've learned, and it's The Wheels of the Bus Go Round and Round in both English and Spanish.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back, all through the town. The people
Throughout the year, we've done several poems and songs about animals, and we have chosen two of our favorites. The first one we're going to do is A Little Bear, and it'll be done in English.
There was a little bear who lived in a cave. Everyone he saw, he scared away. He growled at a rabbit, he growled at a bee, he growled at a beaver, and he growled at me. Well, he scared the rabbit, he scared the bee, he scared the beaver, but he didn't scare me.
And our last song that we will do is a song in Spanish called El Burro Enfermo, and that means my sick donkey. And the sick donkey has lots of ailments, which allow us to practice the different parts of the body in Spanish.
A mi burro, le duele la cabeza y el médico le manda una gorrita negra y mueve las patitas. A mi burro, le duele la garganta y el médico le manda una bufanda blanca, una gorrita negra y mueve las patitas. A mi burro, le duelen las costillas y el médico le manda chaqueta amarilla, una bufanda blanca, una gorrita negra y mueve las patitas. A mi burro, le duele el corazón y el médico le manda gotitas de limón, chaqueta amarilla, una bufanda blanca, una gorrita negra y mueve las patitas. A mi burro, ya no le duele nada y el médico le manda trocitos de manzana, gotitas de limón, chaqueta amarilla, una bufanda blanca, una gorrita negra y mueve las patitas. Y mueve las patitas. Y mueve las patitas.
Thank you. I just like again to thank Mrs. Leonard and Mrs. Giard for coming here and leading these students tonight, and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, boys and girls, for being with us this evening, teachers and families. It was a wonderful, wonderful performance and a great display of the type of learning that's going on here in the Marlborough Public Schools. I want to congratulate you all, and I want to say keep working hard, keep doing those good things and great things with your teachers. And it's going to make this evening's meeting for us very difficult with a start like that. But we'll do our best. Once again, thanks.
Thank you.
Any comments from any of the
No, I just want to echo
Mrs.
Mr.
Stevens?
That was wonderful. That was probably one of the greatest uplifting presentations we've had. And thank you very much. I know a couple of the kids, and you did a wonderful job, and thank you for coming. I heard that a couple of you, I heard from Mr. Hess today that the big buzz around Richer School was how excited you guys were about being on TV. And you did great. Good job.
Thank you. We'll take a little break here just for 2 or 3 minutes.
Now the room empties out.
I did.
way that music is used.